Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, good morning. On behalf of the Fisheries Expert Group, I would like to thank our chair Angela for this initiative. FEG is a small group created in 2008, and our coordination, our secretariat and fundraising are provided by ABCD. FEG's main objectives are to foster the sustainable use in fisheries and biodiversity conservation, to inform fisheries and marine conservation policies and strategies, to facilitate convergence between fisheries and conservation, and to link the fishery and biodiversity expert communities of IUCN. The following slide will show you some of the activities. First, FEG is supporting the CBD Secretariat in organizing a regional virtual workshop in the wider Caribbean on the capacity building needs to use other effective area-based conservation measures, OECMs. We are elaborating several presentations on the typology and biodiversity benefits of area-based fishery management measures, on examples of ABFMs in the wider Caribbean, on criteria for ABFM identification, on the green screening process, on OECMs identified elsewhere in the world in this initial process, and on the identification of capacity building needs. We have a number of publications on the way. We are finalizing an FAO fisheries technical paper on the use of OECMs in the capture fisheries sector to be used as background document in regional FAO meetings planned to promote OECMs in the sector. We have started a review of area-based management tools and fisheries for an article to be published in 2022 and perhaps a book in 2023. We are also finalizing 3 articles on OECM typology, on key issues, and on the ABMT acronym SOUP that will be published in Frontiers in Marine Science. Considering that the GBF does not have a specific target for fisheries, FEG has decided to undertake a collaborative work to present this global biodiversity framework to the fishery sector, explaining targets and offering proposals on the ways in which the sector will be able to report on its contribution to the GBF implementation. The IUCN Resolution 20 requires specifically the Fisheries Expert Group to address equally both inland and marine fisheries. To do so, FEG has started recruiting new members to improve our competence on inland fisheries. We have started discussions with FAO to inform them about the IUCN resolution and learn from their plans, looking for opportunities of collaboration. We have also decided to lead with FAO the elaboration of a scoping document on biodiversity issues in inland fisheries. The fisheries constituency is not well aware of the concept of nature-based solutions and how that concept may relate to the ecosystem approach to fisheries that FAO has adopted in 2001. The Commission promotes the concept, and we have heard about the controversy about it. We have an informal agreement with the FAO and the International Council for the Exploration of the Sea to have a reflection on this subject. We have already discussed about this possibility with the Commission experts on nature-based solutions, and a virtual meeting will be organized. It is well known that terrestrial and marine ecosystems are very different on many dimensions. Most of the conservation initiatives have their origin on the terrestrial domain and have been extended to the ocean, with little concern for the impact of these differences on the effectiveness of policies and management. The issue was discussed with SEM Chair, and a small discussion group has been established to clarify the various dimensions of this issue. We are now also discussing about a possible contribution of FEG to the International Year of the Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture, and we are going to have discussions in the incoming weeks to decide on what to do. In addition to these initiatives, FEG has already attended and will hopefully attend several meetings during the rest of the year, some of which organized by FEG. In general, we attend the meetings of IUCN, of the FAO Committee on Fisheries, of the CBD, and of the United Nations related to fisheries and oceans. And in many of those meetings, we organize workshops or side events on the issues we have worked on. I would also mention that there is an elephant growing on the bridge. Conservation on land is based on static and fixed protected areas. The ocean is a lot more complex and dynamic and requires a lot more flexibility and adaptability to cope with uncertainties in the information available, in the international fluctuations, in the increasing climate change. Hence, a growing question is, could we really have a serious discussion on more dynamic conservation strategies for the ocean, and perhaps not only for the ocean? Thank you very much for your attention.